Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. So I am sitting here in an empty living room with George.
Sweet George, he has no idea the chaos that is coming.
I really wanted to do this cookbook shoot here at my house because this is where I have all of my props. It's where I have my garden, all of my vegetables and herbs are out there ready to go. And I just really wanted it to feel like me, so I didn't want to take this whole thing into a studio, which is another way I could have gone. But I decided, you know what, 13 shoot days, let's just have it all here. The reason why I had to clear out my living room is because this is where the photographer is going to be. So he has to be able to bring in like lights, his sawhorses, where we're going to put those slabs where we got at the stone yard. And they're super heavy. And so I think what we're going to do is maybe set up 2 sawhorses so we can go from one to the other without having to move them around too much. I had to store the furniture in some back bedrooms. I have these 2 chairs, which also are going to go in my daughter's room. They're just sort of staged here for now, so we can watch the TV before we have to really move them. And then this is another table that we might use as another surface. I'll show you what this looks like. This is just like a beautiful pine table, which is great. But then I also found some of this beautiful linen fabric, which we might use to make it look kind of like tablecloths and things. So I have different colors. I have this kind of beige one. I have a darker, almost like oatmeal color. And then this one is a little finer linen. I know this all looks the same, but when you do photography, the subtlety sometimes makes a difference. And then this is kind of like a beige pink color, which I think is great. I ironed these all yesterday, so they're all ready to go. And then another more solid beige, just to kind of give the photography some texture. I have a very messy desk here. This has been on my to-do list for weeks now. I have got to clean this whole desk off because the photographer's assistant is going to need to be there to manage all the memory cards and all of that. And then I also have this bookshelf here that we're going to have to get rid of because you see how there's this really great corner here in my living room? I want to move that so that we can paste all of the different pictures on the wall. So every time you take a shot of a book, you want to see kind of how it's progressing, because that's going to give us a sense for, do we need to be using different types of props? Have we used this prop one too many times? And what do the colors look like? Just to get a sense for the book. And it's going to be better if the 2 walls are side by side. At first, I thought I would just clear off this wall. I had some plates kind of like this that were on that other wall because I needed them for my props. I'll show you that in a minute. And the photographer suggested that they all be together, which I think he was absolutely right on that. So I've been trying to clear out this bookcase of all the books so that I can move this out into probably the garage or my daughter's room. She has the biggest room in the house, so that's why she's getting all of this furniture. Then I had to go through this entire house and my garage and collect every prop I own, because I wanted to bring them all together for a pre-production meeting we had a couple of months ago.
That was another moment where I cleaned out my living room and set up all these tables and props just so we could see what we had.
Well, that meeting went really well, and we basically went through all the items and pulled out what we thought wouldn't work, and basically what's in my garage right now are the things that we thought would work. So let's go out there and I'll show you how we've organized it. Apologies in advance on this very messy garage, but there is a method to the madness. This table right here, I have set up to put all of the plates on. So it's really important to see everything so that we know exactly what we have when we're looking for something. So I put everything from white plates, like this one has a little bit of a gold touch to it, to smaller kind of little pinch pots and things. Sometimes it's good to just have those around. There are smaller plates for like desserts and things. And then there are bigger plates like these for more like main course things, see? And I really love this idea of just the whites, the beiges, the grays, and I wanted to kind of organize it by color. I started out doing that, and then I ended up having too many plates. And so they're all sort of stacked. But again, like, you know, we have the bowls. These are really gorgeous. Aren't these fabulous? This is for a wonderful soup recipe that I am working on, which I think will be beautiful. I found these on Etsy. And then I put a bunch of glassware up here too. So there's a bunch of drinks going in the cookbook, and I wanted to make sure we had the right glass for everything. So I really love these. I found these on Crate and Barrel. I did have to make a few purchases because I didn't have all the things I was looking for. I love the sort of recycled glass, and these are going to be beautiful for a white wine sangria that is coming. That will be in the book. That's really lovely. And then I also found these at Daiso. Aren't these amazing? Look at this. They come like this as well as like this. They were so inexpensive, I just got both, not knowing which one we want to use. But this is for a lovely mulled cider recipe that I can't wait to share. And I love the clearness of these. The reason why I picked this is because then you can see the garnishes that'll be floating on top. So I think it gets an orange slice, some cinnamon stick, a couple of star anise. So you wanted something that's going to be able to show that. All right, moving right along. Here is my beloved treadmill. All of you ask, how do I eat like this and stay in shape? It's this little guy. This is my secret weapon. I am out here at least a couple times a week looking at the beautiful scenery. It makes for a very nice spot. These are the slabs, resting comfortably. Oh my gosh, my husband and the photographer had to very gingerly move these here, and they have been so great, just keeping themselves nice and upright before we need them. So they'll be there. And then this is where all of the casseroles are. So there are a bunch of recipes in the book that are casserole types. So I want to make sure we had a good selection so we didn't have to repeat casseroles. Look at these. These actually came from France. I love these. This is for a little sauce pot for a recipe that I'm working on, as well as this beautiful copper gratin pan is for a delicious ham and cheese strata, which is really fantastic. It's one of my favorite recipes in this book, and it's great for a brunch. So you can look for that. That's coming. Some pie plates, since we have some pies, and a beautiful tureen. There's a couple of soup recipes, so maybe we'll put it in the tureen, maybe not. Maybe it'll go in a bowl. I don't know. That's why it's all here. This is the great thing about working with a photo team. There is a prop stylist that will be part of this team. So it's not just only up to me to come up with all these ideas. I have a group of creative people that will be helping me, which I just love the support. It's so great. And she will be bringing some of her props too, which is very exciting. All right, then I have these little numbers, which I think are wonderful. These are just like a vintage little casserole basket thing, which I thought were really cute. I got these on Etsy. There we go. And then you guys probably remember these. These were in the subscription box a couple of years ago. So we have that. And then this is my fancy section. So everything here is like fancy. So there is a gorgeous punch bowl that we're going to use for a punch. There are little serving pieces for some appetizers that are going to be going in. I have my grandmother's little cookie plate for some other little cookie recipes. Might work in there. My beloved gravy boat is coming back. We might need to use that. All of the silverware. And then I got smart because this was making such a mess. I took all of the silverware, polished it. That's what I was doing yesterday. And put little ribbons around it so that we didn't have to dig looking for the ones that match. They're all here. So I've got dessert spoons, some dessert forks. What are these? These are gorgeous. I got these in France. I love these little fish knives. So there's a couple of fish recipes. So I think these could be pretty for that. It reminds me of the French brocants. This is how they display it. That's where I got the idea. I think it's so organized that way. Then these are more serving pieces. So these are all of these other things, again, that I schlepped back from France that we have polished up. They are ready for their close-ups. It's just really nice when you have a big platter to have, you know, pieces like this. I think it just, you know, makes it look a little bit more human. This is a little picture table. I just grabbed all these little pictures because sometimes it's nice to have like a little picture of chocolate sauce that might go with the chocolate cake, just like off to the side. All these other little pottery pictures, which you never know, for maple syrup, stuff like that. Then there is all of these like little wooden pieces, because now we're getting into wood alley, wooden basket alley. So I put all the wood pieces together. These are like little knives and, you know, cheese thingies that could be helpful. All of my wooden salad bowls, baskets, other wood platters. Oh, I'm really excited about this piece. I just love this old wooden cutting board. Isn't that great? And this one is another old one, which is great. All of my old cutting boards, unfortunately, are in France, and they have been stuck there. So I had to buy one more from Etsy, that big one. And then these are all the linens. So a lot of times, sometimes you have a plate and you just need like a little linen tucked in here and there. So these are a lot of these like vintage French dish towels that I've collected over the years are here. More baskets. These are all napkins. Sometimes you need just a little napkin for a plate. Linen ones. I've got beige ones, striped ones, colorful ones. They're all in here. So that's all ready. Over here, I have more glassware and heavy black things, as I call them. I love these antique little pie plates are fun. Some antique cooling racks, which I always think are good for cakes or cookie styling. Some antique muffin tins, which these looked a little torn. I don't know, maybe this one, if we scrub them up a little bit, is good. And then I had this thing, and I cannot tell if it's really great or really not. I don't know. There's a crab leg recipe that's going into the book, and I just thought this could be so funny because if you notice it, you see they're crabs. And there's 2 sauces that get served with it. So I don't know, maybe like crab legs on top of this thing would be fun, or maybe not. It's sort of a careful, and I'm just keeping it here just in case. We'll see what the prop lady thinks about that. And then here's some more glasses. I've got another punch bowl, punch ladle, more glasses. I love these. I think these are like really great. You know, sometimes you just want a little glass of wine in the background of something. Carafes. A little pitcher. This is a beautiful little pitcher. Yeah. And basically, we're just going to be in here. I think I have to now clean this area out. I don't think we're going to use any of this china. It doesn't really sort of go with our beige cream vibe. And I have this sort of all over my blog and YouTube channel, so I feel like we've seen enough of that. And then in this cabinet are all of my terracotta pieces. So if you followed me for some time, you know that I love these terracotta pieces. Oh, here is a beautiful little tea set from my parents' house that I'm keeping here. Maybe we'll use that. I don't know. All these pieces that I have picked up in my travels or that have come from my childhood home. I just love them. These I brought back from Portugal. I just think they're so pretty. I don't know if these are gonna work or not, but I love them, and I just thought I would just put them all here so they're all in one place. This bowl I love. I got this at a swap meet. It's just a beautiful color, blue, and there is a delicious corn salad that is going in the cookbook for summer, and I just thought the yellow against the blue would be so striking. So I think that's the other thing to think about when food styling is how does the food look against the vessel that you're serving it in. So I am going to keep that standing by, and then I just have some other carafes and things in here. But I think these pieces will come in handy at some point. This. My daughter loves this. It's a little strawberry pot. Is that the cutest thing? It's a teapot, and it's just like a big strawberry. And she wanted me to use it, so I don't know if there's a place for it, but if there is, coming for you, teapot. Then I'll show you how I've been getting the kitchen ready. So normally, this kitchen has a lot of accessories here and there. You know, I have my little paintings and my little cutting boards and all that, but I tried to really clear the decks because I'm not the only one that's going to be in this kitchen. I have a food stylist coming and a food stylist assistant, which sounds super luxurious, and believe me, it is, but we have to get through 9 recipes a day. That's a lot. So it's gonna be all hands on deck to get through all of that. So I am hoping that the food stylist and her assistant will be able to cook the majority of the things and style it, and I'm there just to make sure that everything looks good, working with the photographer. A lot of cookbooks are done that way. So you have the creator or the author who develops all the recipes, they test them, but then for the actual cookbook, you hire a stylist so that you can be right with the photographer and the prep stylist and making sure that like every photo is exactly how you envision it. It would be hard to be at all those places at once. So I cleaned off my counters. I used to have like a little painting here that was covering kind of this big mess, but it was taking up too much room. I do leave this out. I just think it's so helpful to have salt, pepper, olive oil, garlic all in one spot, flour and sugar. But I do leave my Amazon Echo because she is my kitchen assistant. This is what I love about it. Okay, watch this. Alexa, set the timer for chocolate chip cookies for 10 minutes.
Chocolate chip cookies timer, 10 minutes, starting now.
Okay, so she will do the timer, but then watch this. Alexa, set the timer for chocolate cake recipe.
Timer for how long?
For 10 minutes.
Chocolate cake recipe timer, 10 minutes, starting now.
So see, if you have two things that are each taking 10 minutes and they're in different ovens, because that is the beauty of this kitchen, is there is a double oven, which makes food photography really easy. You know which one is done because they're labeled.
Your chocolate chip cookies timer is done.
And you can now find my recipes on the Amazon Echo device as well. Here they are, which is helpful if you have one and you want to find one of my recipes. It's here. So a few Saturdays ago, I went to the Brentwood shop of SEZANE because they have been kind enough to do all of the clothing for the cookbook, which is so great because they have so many beautiful pieces. I couldn't be more excited. They're one of my favorite French brands, and we are here before the store opens to see what they have. I have my little list, and I thought it'd be fun to bring you guys along for the ride.
I love coming into this store because it's so beautifully designed. I always feel like I'm walking into somebody's home every time I come here. Everything is just so beautifully styled, even down to the fresh flowers on the accessories table. And everything's also organized by color, which makes it really easy to shop. I brought my teenage daughter with me who also loves SEZANE, and we were just looking at each piece and just loving over everything.
I love this. I saw this online and I just think this is the cutest dress. Look at the detail. Isn't that fabulous? Let's see. What do you think?
We spent the better part of the morning trying everything on, and then it was time to wrap it all up. All of this is actually going to be on loan until the end of the photo shoot. It was so nice of them to just let me borrow it all.
Thank you again. I really appreciate it. So it was so much fun to go down there and go shopping and pick out some things. So let me show you what we got. So I needed a couple of dresses for the cover because I just think it's gonna look prettier with a dress, and SEZANE has some pretty spectacular ones. Like, look at this one. Is that amazing? And it has these really pretty puffy sleeves. So I really love this one. We will see. And then I also got this one just for like a nice beige neutral, which I think is great. These are super pretty because they have these little gold buttons. And I wanted to just show you some of the shoes. There were two shoe options. I think either one will work. Let's see. Look at those. They're sort of suede and gold. They are super awesome. I will put links to all of these in the description in case you guys want to do some of your own shopping. But I just thought that was such a pretty combo with the dress. So we shall see about that. Look at this one. It's super cute. It has this beautiful pattern to it. I mean, look at all that stitching. I need to steam all of these now, which is what my next project is, but I just wanted to get them all out of the bags. I thought that dress would also be cute with these shoes, or these are really fun too. I have had my eye on these shoes ever since I saw them on the website. I just think they're so cute. These little like summer clogs, how cute are those? That would be quite nice with the white dress, or with this little denim. I thought this one could be fun for shots like out in the garden. I think that denim always looks great, maybe with these shoes. Like, how cute is that? So cute, right? So those are the dress options for the cover. Then I also just got a couple of pairs of pants just because we're gonna be doing other things like in and around the kitchen and outside in the garden. And I just thought you can't go wrong with a jean, a white jean and a black jean. And then a couple of tops. So this is a pretty one. You guys know I love my stripes. I thought that was really cute. And then some cozy sweaters. I really picked for the season because we have winter recipes, we have spring recipes, summer recipes, and I just thought the wardrobe should sort of match whatever the vibe was that we were cooking in the shot, right? This is such a pretty one too. I thought that would be good, maybe for that mulled cider recipe, right? So pretty. Cezanne has like the most incredible knitwear. This is actually one of my own sweaters from Cezanne, but I thought I would throw that in here too because this also has a really pretty color and a nice knit to it. This is another one that I own that I'm gonna throw into the mix. I just love the sleeves on that one. There's a stripe, which I think is always fun. This one is another one that we got this Saturday. I just thought it was fun with the pattern and the color could be cute. And this little hot pink one is pretty. I think that's great. This is one of my favorite Cezanne sweaters. I own it in dark blue, but I got it in this white because I thought it could be great just with sort of our pastel color palette. It's called the Leontine, and it's one of their most popular sweaters, and you can see why when you put it on. It's just one of those cozy sweaters you want to throw on with a pair of jeans, and I thought that this creamy color would just be great. And then this, I mean, can you stand the cuteness? Look at this. It's so cute. Wait, let's see, look at this. It's so cute. It's all embroidered. The quality, again, is just amazing. This is just a beautiful embroidery. I thought this could be fun for some shots out in the garden. That could be pretty, or some springtime recipes, right? Then here's another stripe that, again, needs to be steamed. But I love the little buttons on here, and the color, I think, is also really pretty. And then I just got a couple of other basic shirts, just because sometimes in a shot you might see like me behind casserole or something, and it's just good to have kind of a classic neutral brown. And then this shirt, I've loved this for a long time. This is a denim shirt that I first saw Elise from Elise French Mornings here on YouTube. She's got a great channel, and she was wearing it one day, and she just looked so adorable in it. If you don't know her channel and you are trying to learn French, I highly recommend it. She's so cute. She has the best information about learning French. I think she's probably one of the best teachers here on YouTube. So check her out, Elise French Mornings, and maybe you'll see her in that Cezanne shirt. I love this oversized striped shirt. I thought this looked very brunchy to me, and we have a whole chapter on brunch, so I thought that could be kind of fun. This is a shirt that I own, that I wear this thing all the time. It's part of my staple uniform, but I thought this could be good for fall recipes. This is another beauty. This is a plain white sort of eyelet shirt that just has incredible detail to it. It's so beautiful. I love this shirt. So that should do it. I'm excited. Merci, Cezanne. Of course, I had to get my garden ready so I can take you out there and we'll see what's happening. A couple of weeks ago, I had to replant everything because it was all so dead from the winter, and I never really came out here because I was so busy just testing all these recipes for the last few months. So my gardening hobby had to take a back seat, but things are looking good. So look at this gorgeous fig tree. This is amazing. And it is now starting to get figs, which is sort of strange. This isn't really the season for figs, but look, they're coming. There's one right there. And the other one, this has even more. And these actually look like they're starting to ripen right here. So that's looking great. These are always good to put on little appetizer cheese trays, that kind of thing. I've got my mint, which is looking amazing. There's a couple of recipes, some of the summer things that call for fresh mint, so we'll have plenty of that. Planted almost every parterre because in addition to just having like photography done out here, I wanted everything to look good. Also, we want to be able to use all these fresh herbs because not only does it look and just taste better when you have things fresh, it also saves me money because I don't have to go out and buy all that stuff. So we have a fully stocked herb garden here. No need to buy anything. Oh, I planted all these little baby lettuces. They have about another 2 weeks to fluff up, which it grows pretty quickly, so that's gonna be good. I have the fresh sage here, which looks good. All of the rosemary is looking pretty amazing. This rosemary here in this Southern Californian climate, it just does so well. I've got some fresh thyme here that looks good. And I even cleaned my barbecue, which is why it's covered so that it stays clean. I have a couple of great recipes that are being cooked on the grill, so I want to make sure that we had a grill ready to go. And then I also have some garlic, some shallots growing here. This is beautiful Italian parsley, looking good. I have some cherry tomatoes that have started, more lettuce. Here I have some chives, and I'm really happy that the blossoms have bloomed. I'm hoping they stay for the next 2 weeks because they're really beautiful to garnish things with. They're totally edible,
These are these flowering chives, and I'm just hoping that they're still around by the time we start cooking in 2 weeks. I've got the cilantro, that's looking good. I have some strawberries, they're starting to come out. Oh, and then the other thing that I did is I had this hedge trimmed because it was really getting unsightly, because I think we wanted to shoot a couple of shots looking into the garden, kind of under here. And I just wanted to make sure that was all trimmed. So that looks pretty good. So you see, I have been busy. I haven't forgotten about you. Stay tuned. I hope to do part 2 when the shoot is in session. That way you can really see what goes into it. Until then, wish me luck. Bye.